Welcome to the listening lesson number 9 on completing a table. Before you start the lesson, you will need to have the following to hand: your training booklet, a pen or pencil, and a rubber. You should follow the lesson in your training booklet. After this lesson, you will have a clear overview of what to expect in the listening question type completing a table, have learnt some tips and strategies on how best to approach the section, and have a chance to practice the question type using real IELTS materials. There are 2 practice tests in this lesson. The question type here is completing a table. In this example, it's a section 1, so 2 people talking. For example, making arrangements or a booking. You have to fill in the gaps in the table with words from the recording, and the answers are in order. Answers are either words and or numbers, and you should note. Before the recording starts, you'll have 30 seconds to prepare. First of all, what's the topic? Number 2 is underline the first keyword or hold. Then you need to decide how many questions there are. You should have a quick look at what you have to do, what sort of questions there are on the table, and try to predict the answers or kind of words you need in the answers so that you know what to listen for. Now you have 30 seconds to look at questions 5 to 8 in your training booklet. Don't forget to follow the preparation steps. I'll tell you when the time is up. You can start now. Your time is up now. Now you have time to look at the possible answers, which you can read in the back of your training booklet and on this slide. If you need more time, just press pause. Now we'll have a quick look at what to do while you're listening. You need to read, write and listen at the same time during the recording, which means you need to answer the questions as you listen. There's no time to make notes, and you should write the answer to the question next to the numbers in the table to make it easier to transfer. The answers are in order, so if you miss one, just keep going. And all your answers are from the recording, so never use your own words. You should keep up as always using signpost words such as firstly, however, and additionally underline words and predictions from your preparation. Now listen to the recording and answer the questions 5 to 8 on your form in your training booklet. The recording will start automatically.
What kind of membership are you interested in?
Not really sure. What are the options?
Well, there are 3 different membership schemes.
I see. What's the difference?
Well, the first one's called Gold, and you can use all the facilities at any time of the day or week. You can also join in as many classes as you like for free.
That sounds good. Is it very expensive?
Well, you pay a £250 joining fee, and then it's £450. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's just gone up by £50. Sorry about that. It's now £500 for the annual subscription fee.
Right, got that. And what's the next type?
Well, that's silver. It's the same as gold, except you have to pay a small fee of £1 per lesson for any you do, and you can only use the centre at certain times.
I see. So when exactly?
You can only use the facilities between 10 a.m. and 4:30 p.m.
So I couldn't use the pool at 8 in the morning or evening then?
That's right.
Okay, and the price for that? Is the joining fee the same as for gold?
Actually, it's slightly less than the £250. It's £225. But the annual fee is only £300. Does that sound more like what you want?
Well, it's still rather more expensive than I thought. I'm a student here in England, and I'm only here for 6 months.
Ah, then the bronze scheme would probably suit you best.
How is that different?
Well, some of the facilities have restricted use.
And do I have to pay for classes?
Yes, it's £3 for each class you join.
I see. And what are the hours then?
Between 10:30 and 3:30 weekdays only, and you pay a £50 joining fee. The annual fee is £180. It works out at £15 a month, so that would be quite a lot cheaper.
Oh, that should be all right. I could come in my free periods. What do I have to do if I want to join?
Well, we book you in for an assessment with an instructor who will show you how to use all the equipment. If you want to organise a trial session and look around the centre, you'll need to speak to David Kinchley.
Could you spell that, please?
Yes, David, KynChley. I'll give you his direct line number. It's 0458 95311.
Thanks.
Thank you for calling Kingswell Sports Club.
Now we're going to look at what you can do after the listening section. First of all, make sure your answers make sense, and secondly, as always, guess any missing answers. You now have 30 seconds to check your answers, and I'll tell you when the time is up. You can start now. Your time is up now. After the listening test, you have to transfer your answers in pencil to an answer listening sheet. Your answers can be in capital or small letters. You can check your spelling. If it's spelt wrong, it will count as a mistake. Transfer the words you wrote, check the word limit, and read your answers again once you finish transferring. For this lesson, transfer your answers to the space in your training booklet. You can take 30 seconds. I'll tell you when the time is up. You can start now. Your time is up now. Now let's check your answers with those in the back of your training booklet or on this slide. If you need longer, just press pause. Don't forget these are all the possible answers and words in brackets are optional. Now you have a chance to practice alone, and after we'll go through the answers together. So go to lesson 9, practice 2 in your training booklet. You now have 30 seconds to look at questions 5 to 10 in your training booklet. Don't forget to follow the 5 preparation steps. Your time starts now. Your time is up now. Now listen to the recording and answer questions 5 to 10 in your training booklet. The recording will start automatically.
Now listen and answer questions 5 to 10.
And what visits are planned for this term?
Right, well, I'm afraid the schedule hasn't been printed out yet, but we have confirmed the dates and planned the optional extra visits, which you can also book in advance if you want to.
Oh, that's all right. If you can just give some idea of the weekend ones, so I can, work out when to see friends, etc.
Oh, sure. Well, the first one is St Ives. That's on the 13th of February, and we'll have only 16 places available, because we're going by minibus. And that's a day in town with the optional extra of visiting the Hepworth Museum.
All right, yeah, that sounds good.
Then there's a London trip on the 16th of February, and we'll be taking a medium-sized coach, so there'll be 45 places on that. And let's see, the optional extra is the Tower of London.
Oh, I've already been there.
After that, there's Bristol on the 3rd of March.
Where?
Bristol, Bristol.
Okay.
That's in a different minibus with 18 places available. Oh, and the optional extra is a visit to the SS Great Britain.
Okay.
We're going to Salisbury on the 18th of March, and that's always a popular one because the optional extra is Stonehenge. So we're taking the large coach with 50 seats.
Oh, good.
And then the last one is to Bath on the 23rd of March.
Oh, yes. Is Bath the Roman city?
Yes, that's right. And that's in the 16-seater minibus.
And where's the optional visit?
It's to the American Museum. Well worth a visit.
Okay, well, that's great. Thanks for all that.
My pleasure. Oh, by the way, if you want more information about any of the trips, have a look in the student newspaper.
Okay.
Or have a word with my assistant. Her name is Jane Yentob. That's Yentob.
Right, I've got that. Thank you very much for all your help.
You're very welcome. I hope you enjoy the trips.
You now have 30 seconds to check your answers. You can start now. Your time is up now. For this practice, transfer your answers to the space in your training booklet. You can take 60 seconds, and I'll tell you when the time is up. You can start now. Your time is up now. Now let's check your answers with those in your training booklet and on this slide. If you need more time, just press pause. Don't forget these are all the possible answers and words in brackets are optional. That is the end of lesson number 9. Now you can go on to the last lesson, number 10, on sentence completion.